What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Josh's Review Corner. On this episode, we are doing another New Music Friday reactions. It is the first one back in a while. I've been traveling a lot over the past 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was in Seoul, South Korea, and I posted a whole vlog series and did an interview with the wonderful Ali Minshew over there. Then when I got back, I was only in town for 3 more days before I went to Bless God Summit. And I had a wonderful time at that apologetics/worldview conference. Took so much away from it. But because I was on the move so much, I wasn't able to do a New Music Friday reaction. And that really disappointed me, especially for last week, because there's been just a ton of heat that has been coming out over the last couple weeks. Just to give you some perspective from me on what I thought about those the tracks that have been dropping the last 2 weeks. My favorite track that I've heard that dropped in the last 2 weeks was Jansport by 1995. Please go check out that track. I'm not going to do a reaction to it, but that song alone deserves a shout out because I genuinely think that was one of the best songs I've heard so far of the year. But for today, we have a fresh batch of tracks from a whole bunch of artists. And what you'll notice about these artists that we have queued up for today is that these are people who have frequently appeared on the channel for New Music Friday reactions. And why is that? Well, the big reason why these people are popping up on the channel is because they are consistently dropping. Consistency is key, and for me, if you're dropping at a high quantity, but also it has quality associated with it, that's awesome. We also have some other new people in the mix here. Also, another reason why some of these artists have been dropping more is just because they're in the album rollout mode. But we also just have, we have a new artist today where I'm very excited for one of their songs, but I'll talk about that more later. We're just going to get right into it. The first track that we're going to be reacting to today is Cult Classic by Marty. I believe that this will be his last track before he actually drops the project. The project comes out in April, I believe. I remember pre-saving it, and I think that's when it does. So I'm very excited for the self-titled song here. Let's see what Marty's bringing for us today.
I guess you could call it a comeback.
Hey, whoa. This is amazing. This is I'm gonna tell you, this is giving me big vibes. I know it's not the exact same thing, and in fact, I wouldn't even know if it's exactly close, but it's in the same subgenre of boom bap hip hop. But Jansport by 1995, and now just hearing this, I love the fact that people are just really embracing the boom bap era of hip hop. Mind you, if you listen to Marty over the past year, in 2025, you'd have known he was doing that. But this is insane. The way the beat started, it was pretty ominous into the drop, into the beat scratches. I mean, this is insane so far. This is out of the batches of singles I've heard so far, this one has probably caught my attention the most. I'm excited to hear what he continues to do on this.
Marty with the fuzzy cardigan and the Berkeys. You got a problem with me, dog? Call my attorneys. Things are getting scary like Friday the 13th. But why should I worry? We keep it going on and on and on. Been through the fire like my name Teflon. God got his hand on me, y'all been warned. That's for anyone who wanna throw M's on. Y'all already know what I'm about to do. Marty don't need no feature, that's a power move. I don't need a ghost, ride the Holy Spirit through an alley-oop. It's dedicated to anybody who doubted you.
See, I wonder if it's going to transition or if it's going to go back. Oh, it's going back. Oh, you got to run that back. That's nasty.
I guess you could call it a comeback. Yippee-ki-yay, cowboy with a drum pad. Hands are dumb fast. Had an earthquake. Jump as a dumb tap. Ain't no free rides. Say the bus pass. Hey, money at the motivation. I got plans to get way better. Why you got your hands out? You doing the Macarena. You are not the father. I'm closer to Darth Vader.
You got your hands out. You're doing the Macarena. Pretty clever line. You know, I've heard Macarena bars, but honestly, I hadn't heard one like that in a minute. So that was pretty clever. Loving that.
Bar up high like skyscrapers, fresh off hot 80s. Every time you pass me, sprawl like Tom Brady. I am not famous. I don't need anybody's approval. How you gonna lie to us? We got Google. I'm surprised I ain't bursting the flames the first time that I walk in the church and breaking every generational curse. You know the last me first, and I still need my Franklin. Shout out to Kurt.
Only is the person delusional enough to believe in himself. It's a sad truth.
I guess you could call it a comeback. Kanye, cowboy with a drum pad, hands are dumb fast. I had to learn quick, jump is a dumb tap. Ain't no free rides, this ain't a bus pass. Hold up.
Man, wow. And that was Cult Classic by Marty. Whoa, my gosh, we're coming out the gates hot this week. That track is my favorite single so far from the rollout, and it's not just because it's boom bap. I feel like that had the most interesting like production to me. Like all the other tracks have these big pop elements, and I like it, but I just love how hip hop that was. Like the beat comes in very ominous, the beat scratches dropping into the nasty drums. Like the production is just pure filth. I'm pretty sure Marty produced that. That seems like something Marty would have produced. And then Marty obviously bringing his charisma. He's got lines like the Kirk Franklin line, the Thumbtack line, like just a whole bunch of, you know, his charisma, his bars. And that was just fire. That was just super fire. Really good start to the New Music Friday so far. Coming up next, we have another guy who's doing his rollout so far, and that is Swaizy with the song Chrome Tint. Now, he has dropped Dom and he has dropped Nas. Dom, I really dang liked. Nas, I really liked. Less so than Dom, not because Nas necessarily was worse in some respect. I think I just like how hard the drums hit on Dom, whereas Nas kind of gives you more of an abstract, more of like a almost like a more of an experimental type beat. But I like that type of stuff. I actually really like that type of stuff. I prefer artists to do that. But I think I just rocked with it with Dom more. Just a big banger. But I'm very excited to hear this Chrome Tint and see what comes out of it. So let's get into it, man. Chrome Tint by Swaizy. The car.
Oh, don't get me started. I'ma start it up. Why you whip in a lemon, not a Bentley truck? Pushing dope, I would sell it at the Celica. 5%, gotta squint just to see enough. Chrome tint, chrome tint.
Oh, this is filthy.
Chrome tint, chrome fit, hearts on my body, cause I don't miss. No, they can't see the fit through the chrome.
You know, I really like this look, actually, from Swaizy. Because a lot of these songs are obviously all like themed after cars, racing. Obviously, this is something Swaizy's very passionate about, right? But it's like all of them kind of give a different vibe. Like I said, Nas kind of gives that experimental off-kilter vibe. Dom gives the arena banger vibe. And this, it just gives like a banger vibe. But it's more low-key, like with his, like on Dom, if you check his delivery, he's more intense with it. But if you check this, he's kind of swagging out and staying more chill in the pocket with it. And so I just love the different looks he's been giving us. And I really like this look. I like the drum pattern too. That drum pattern kind of goes to that cool feel. So I really am digging this so far.
Chrome all on the windows, chrome all
oh, what the heck? The transition?
where the wind blows, got a queen beside me. Blessing coming tenfold, monetize a hobby. How I turn a 10-speed into a caddy. Then I switch to the Mark IV Super and it's paid. Red and gold Mark IV Iron Man paint. It's an art form, flow it custom made. I hit the charts like a dartboard. Automatic aim, chrome tint, chrome tint, chrome tint, chrome tint, chrome fit, hearts on my body, cause I don't miss.
Dude, this is filthy. Like, I just gotta keep saying this. This is just ridiculously filthy. Like, when the drum pattern just was like doing this, like, that was such a cool switch up. Also, the switch up going into the verse with the production, like, to keep it interesting, loving that. And Swaizy obviously just being Swaizy, man. He's just swagging out, you know. He can't help it. He was just born like that. You feel me? So let's continue. I'm digging this.
Can't see the fit through the crowd. Hands on the wheel, show me something real. Swerving through the hills just to see the way it feels. Got my hands on the wheel, gripping on the steel. Reminiscing back when I was struggling for a meal. I took my hand off the wheel, don't know how to heal.
This is crazy.
And I close it like a deal. I took my hands off the wheel, hands off the wheel, hands off the wheel. I took my hands off the chrome tee, and I keep it chrome tip. How I'm at a Whole Foods, I just did a donut. You could get a car, you could get a car.
Oh, this is filthy.
Cause you know my bread, I would pop up like a toaster. Okay, chrome fit,
A mix?
wide body bands. Whip it like a go-kart, damn, I got the rims. They call me the loan shark, carbon fiber fins. Pay no interest to the growth spurt. No, I'm still a kid. Content, 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 content on my body because I don't. Content, content,
Okay.
content, content,
Hang on.
content, content. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This might be the best start to a New Music Friday reaction that we've had, like, ever. That's just like the differences in the two tracks. The cult classic and then Chrome Tint. Like, dude, this is insane. That Chrome Tint song, that's my favorite single from the rollout so far. In fact, I'm adding Cult Classic and Chrome Tint to my playlist. That's how much I love those joints. Dude, what the heck? That was, like, Chrome Tint is such a simple song in a lot of respects. But see how Swaizy made it interesting? The beat transitions, his flow transitions, his energy switches up. Also, when he gets into the second verse, he goes into a melodic type bridge passage. Also, the beat just stays in that melodic zone. And then the drums come back in, and then the drums come back out, and you're almost like in this like very just like weird mix thing, and the mix changes, and so the mix is interesting. Like, everything about that track was awesome and interesting. At no point did you get bored. Even when he's outroing it, he's doing a different version of the chorus where he's kind of making the Chrome Tint phrase more repetitive, and he's doing it quicker now. And it's just like, dude, everything about how that song was made was perfect. I'm so digging what Swaizy was doing on that. Like, that song was peak. Holy crap, that was good. Wow, dude. What a start so far. And I think it's just going to get better. Coming up next, we have Finito by vennisay. Man, vennisay, you know, he can't stop dropping bangers. Like, this dude, I swear, hits. He dropped the song while I was out. It was called Hear Me Again, I think, or it was Hear Me Something. And that song was one of my favorite vennisay songs I heard in a hot minute. Mind you, I've been digging everything he generally drops, but that song specifically, I couldn't stop bumping that one when I was out in Seoul and when I was out in Cali. So I'm very excited to see what he brings us with this song, Finito. So we're going to get right into it right now. Finito by vennisay.
But I still got all these goals. Play my part on the party like let's go. I can only do it cause you said it's finished, finito. Bear claw, I keep my flesh up. Bear claw, now I'm back from death. Slap down, get rid of that bed up. New York, I just turned on the jets up. Tell the guy he's out of me, he know I'm good stranger. Play the body, yeah, we play the body, Power Ranger. I got love my father and also love my neighbor.
This is going to be a good reference here. The way that those hi-hats are going and how fast they're going in the background, it's obviously not at all like this because the drums were way different, but the hi-hats are very similar to this. If you heard the song Cape Town off of his Out of Control album, it actually has like a pretty similar feel to it with the hats and what's going on outside of the drums. I'm really digging this so far. I'm just excited to see what he continues on. I like the Finito hook refrain. Everything there was just very solid. So we're just gonna continue listening to this joint.
Headphones on they turn it, so they put us on their playlist. My phone keep on changing, cause the way I rap is makeshift. I got brand new song that glorify, you gotta play this. I spend time in prayer, cause my brain needs some maintenance. Every time I rap, I just be like that spirit like talk through me. Try to turn this spin, I want that two, my God, he came in 3. I put on that top jacket, they try to give me EOD. I've been running every beat, I'm starting to feel like CMC. Starting to feel like Ohio State. Now you was close, you was miles away. Putting my heart in your head, and you're like a parachute if I got under the plane. Going through all these stars. Tell them I'm going insane. Tell them before I say to get us narrow, right, it's a brand new lane. I'm like, whoa, life get hard, but I still got all these goals. Play my part on the party, like, let's go. I can only do it cause you said it's finished, finito. I'm like, whoa, life get hard, but I still got all these goals. Play my part on the party, like, let's go. I can only do it cause you said it's finished, finito.
Yeah, and that was Finito by vennisay. I mean, to me, this is just another one of those solid tracks by vennisay. That Hear Me Again track was absolutely insane, and I think it's because the production was so different. This gives me more the vibe of what was happening before that Hear Me Again track. But this is still like very high quality, very good, very solid. So really digging what vennisay's doing. Excited to continue to see what he's doing. I'm wondering if he's going to drop another project this year, like Out of Control. So just very excited to see what vennisay does this year. Coming up next, okay, about this track. I heard a snippet of this song on the IG Reels from the artist who posted it. And when I heard it, I was like, is this guy making this type of music now? Because the snippet sounded jazzy, bossa nova / elevator type music type feel. And it's only right that the song is named Elevator Tacoma by Josh P. This song, when I heard the snippet, I was like, what the heck is that? I've never heard Josh P make a song like this ever. Much less like anything close to this. So I'm very excited to just see what Josh P brings to the table with this joint. Probably one of my most anticipated tracks for this, just because the snippet really drew me in. So this is Elevator Tacoma by Josh P. Let's give it a whirl.
I stand on my own, but I need God. Lost track, so he had to go and reroute me. It's all-wheel drive, and I'm self-driven. And no, I ain't talking about a Nissan. And I'm safe, so why would I need clout? And I'm here, so what am I stressed about? The devil be lurking and creeping, and just to be honest, I ain't worried about what he about. He got me, I know I'ma be fine. If it comes to a check, I'ma get mine. Just don't say you'll get saved when you're older. I promise right now is the right time. Tell my bro, let's go like I'm Key Glock. Got my riches in heaven, don't need stock. Got the power
this is
and
like
glory.
also like big, kind of like Narcos, the television show type feel. But that's just because of how jazzy it is. I mean, this is like, I cannot recall the last time I heard a beat in CHH that sounded like this. You know what I mean? This is another thing I think is so great about Josh P. It's like Josh P messes with these sounds that not a lot of CHH artists are really tapping into. Like Pretty and She Prayed Up, like that song, like even though the beat is a trap beat, it's like an anthem type beat, it's still like very different in a lot of respects. Like On My Way to Church, like when you think about that song, that beat gives me like 2015 Live from the Dentist Office Injury Reserve vibes, if you know what that is. But I don't hear a whole lot of artists tap into those types of sounds. And so Josh P tapping into this jazzy sound, I mean, I'm digging this like hardcore.
Vicky was stupid, go ahead, let the beat right. I can't lie, my God on a roll. I live for the loss like I'm put on patrol. I'm locked in the booth like I'm put on parole. I'm trying to get married, I ain't worried about a catch one hand like I'm Odell Beckham. Talk about your numbers, but really who checking? Put out your hands, don't block your blessings. Devil get hit with a Smith and Wesson. Pull out the Bible, that thing's your weapon. Lost in the force, I ain't talking about Frank. You don't get through, bro, where's your faith? I ate my greens, now I feel like a tank.
Wait, I gotta say something. Lost in the Force, I ain't talking about Frank. Gosh, dude. Listen, I'm loving this song. This is probably one of my favorite songs I've heard from the drop so far today. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, this song is rising to, like, that 2-1 spot for me right now because of how fire this beat is. But Forrest, like, Frank, brother? I don't know about that one, Chief. That bar kind of, I don't know.
Saved by grace, but I ain't no saint. Do what you can, don't do what you can't. This about life or death, not rank. I'm taking my time, can't be late. I stand on my own, but I need God. Lost track, so he had to go and reroute me. It's It's all-wheel drive, and I'm self-driven. And no, I ain't talking about a Nissan. And I'm safe, so why would I need clout? And I'm here, so what am I stressed about? The devil be lurking and creeping, and just to be honest, I ain't worried about what he about. I stand on my own, but I need God. Lost track, so he had to go and reroute me. It's all-wheel drive, and I'm self-driven. And no, I ain't talking about a Nissan. And I'm safe, so why would I need clout? And I'm here, so what am I stressed about? The devil be lurking and creeping, and just to be honest, I ain't worried about what he about.
Bruh, this is what this. We'll talk about it. It's a nice little instrumental outro piece, man. Love it. And that was Elevator Tacoma by Josh P. I'm just going to come right out the bat and say this. That is my favorite Josh P song. And considering I have a lot of favorite Josh P songs, for that to be my favorite, it is really dang good. I just love how jazzy that was. Like, it did not try to be anything else except a jazzy bossa nova elevator music type beat. And can I tell you, I reward that in a lot of respects. And I respect the absolute heck out of that. Because try and find me a track in CHH that sounds anything like that. Where it doesn't have like these crazy boom bap drum, like no boom bap, crazy boom bap drums coming in, just the kick really. But like nothing like over the top, nothing else really accompanying it, just letting the jazziness and beautifulness of the instrumentals speak for itself. And then Josh P obviously just floating on top of that. With how Josh P rapped on that, I would love to see Josh P do more jazz rap type stuff. Honest to gosh, like I did not know he could be that smooth with it. Now, is Josh P like doing too many switch ups with his deliveries and flows and stuff like this? Not really, but I don't think you really need something with that because it's just you got to float on that instrumental. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. That one is getting added to my playlist. Man, banger. Like, absolutely love that track. And then for our final track of the night, another guy who is just so consistent, he's popping back up on the channel for a New Music Friday, and that is De La Cruz with Tony Stark. Haven't heard any snippets of this, so I'm very excited to get into this one and hear it for the first time. Let's go. Tony Stark by De La Cruz. Oh yeah, we going straight to the bangers.
On chrome, I got with Jesus, brand new heart. They like pop out, hit gas, but I can't go, I don't need spark. Big old light stuck in my chest, they thought I popped out Tony Stark. Felt that pride creep in my leg, I had to stomp like Tony Stark. I'm in church with my gorilla, it feel like it's Noah's Ark. Beat up, Jay Dilla, this for God, this ain't just art. Had to spin like Spin Rilla, took my homie out the dark. I put ring on wifey, she just like me, I know Billie Jean. I love God for real, I'm in worship, seem like Billie Jean. They thought I was asleep, but I'm up, way more than a dream. Yeah, hallelujah, I'm gonna let it fly. Take that on the fast, pray to God, and just let it die. Jesus Christ is God, on the way, don't get...
Man, I mean, this so far is like kind of just in like De La Cruz's wheelhouse, right? He's just kind of just floating on the joint, man. He's kind of just floating on that joint. And, you know, the drums are obviously hitting, but they're not doing anything crazy. If you're like really listening to this instrumental, it's not really doing a whole lot of progression. It's just kind of staying in the same place. But we're just going to continue on and see what De La Cruz does on this joint.
Left behind, this the light of mine. Think it's time, I'm going to let it shine.
Oh, wait, a little bit of a different drum pattern there.
I got with Jesus, brand new heart. They like pop out, hit gas, but I can't go, I don't need spark. Big old light stuck in my chest, they thought I popped out Tony Stark. Had to stop putting on chrome, I got with Jesus, brand new heart. They like pop out, hit gas, but I can't go, I don't need spark. Big old light stuck in my chest, they thought I popped out Tony Stark. Big old light stuck in my chest, they thought I popped out Tony Stark.
And yeah, and that was Tony Stark by De La Cruz. Yeah, I think that was just like a very standard De La Cruz track, honestly. Nothing too crazy about that one. Like, the beat is very boring. If I'm just being honest, the beat to me is very boring. There's not a whole lot going on with it. It's a pretty standard trap beat. Doesn't really progress a whole lot except for the pattern towards the second half, or like whenever he starts doing the chorus again over the different part of the beat. But I mean, and then like I think De La Cruz is just doing his typical standard energy where he's just like swagging out on it, right? And he's got some bars in there, but you know he's not doing too much. And I'm like when I hear some of these other De La Cruz songs, I'm just like that one kind of just pales in comparison to me in comparison to some of the other ones he's dropped, like Foot on Neck, like that one joint was fire to me. The other joint, show in the A, like these tracks just like stand out so much more because the beats are so different. They have a lot more progression, a lot more energy going into them, and so yeah, I just think it was an okay. I mean, it was an track, you know, it's an okay track, but man, like this was an excellent New Music Friday. A bunch of these tracks are bangers. We added 3 tracks to our playlist. I don't think I've ever added more than 1 track to my playlist from a New Music Friday, much less 3. Like this was just like peak. Honestly, it is really hard to decide what my favorite track was from this week. Because I don't know, dude. It's like it's kind of got like a 1A, 1B, or just a straight up tie vibe for me. If I had to pick what my favorite track of the week was, I'm going to say it was Chrome Tint by Swaizy. That track, to me, is a masterclass in how you make a good song. Like, not just, like, make a good rap song, how you make a good, interesting song. The production kept progressing. He did different switch-ups on the flow. He had great energy. He had different drum patterns that were going on. He did a bridge-type portion and kept the beat extended out for longer. The mix had a bunch of switch-ups. Like, just the outro piece was different. Like, everything about that track was peak. So, I'm really digging that track. Elevator, TACOMA, and Cult Classic are right there, though. But, man, you let me know down in the comment section down below, what was your favorite track from this week? Was it one of the tracks that I mentioned, or was it the Finito, or was it the Tony Stark by De La Cruz? You let me, or was there one I just missed completely? You just let me know down in the comment section down below. But guys, as always, you have a blessed week, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.